Yeah, so you see the name of this presentation here, the 5-step client attraction retention system. I actually had submitted something earlier, something like the 5 simple core business steps, I don't know, something, and then I thought it wasn't right, and then I sent this one in, and I said, after, then it went to print, and I was thinking something's missing from here, and I couldn't figure out, like, what was missing, and then I realized that it was the most important word that was missing, which is really transformation. And the 5 steps of business transformation, and I'm not saying that because this is the greatest thing you'll ever hear, but what I'm saying is because these are the steps to how to transform a business. And apart from maybe the timing of being close to the end of the day and the second day, I think the timing is pretty right, because what you can do is leverage everything you've learned up until now, all the tactics for how to collect leads, all the ad tactics, all of the email marketing, like everything that you've learned, take that, put it together with this system, and that will only amplify everything that you're going to learn. And why is transformation, why do I think that's so important? Because a lot of people talk about information as far as marketing. They say that the most important, that what you should do tactically is to teach people the what and the why, but to sell the how. You're supposed to sell the how. So today I am talking about the how to transform your business. And it sort of happened to me as a matter of course. I just would go into kind of work with one client after the other, and I took the best practices of marketing, and I just put it into the system, and I only realized the relevance of it after seeing some businesses go through some tough times. Technology flopped, or investors walked away, whatever it was, and I could see the clear difference between those who were able to sustain. This is also personalities too. I don't just work with businesses, it's like actually individual brands, and seeing those who could not keep up when something happened to their life, that they couldn't overcome it. And I have a sort of a personal experience that it's hard for me to not reference right now, because it's overcome my life in such a huge way, and I'm really able to see from my personal experience how much you can't only rely on yourself. And I'm just going to share with you, because it's like I said, it's overwhelming. 6 weeks ago, I have 4 children, and 6 weeks ago, their father did not wake up. And my 3 youngest children were with him. This was on Rosh Hashanah. And I have a son who has a bar mitzvah in 3 weeks, who will not have a father there. And this has been really unimaginable, and the impact has been, kind of trying to get through all this and figure out how to forge this life ahead for my children, where there's really no template for this, I have parents, and I have a father, and my children don't. So this is, it just made me realize I had created already the idea of this speech, and then realizing how we can't only rely on just individuals and people. We have to rely on relationships and the systems, so that I was able to kind of fall apart for a while and then come back. I mean, now I'm trying to come back, and I was able to do that, and I had the support and people supporting because I had built up these systems. So understand that, and now I will go more. I already kind of got into this, but why is it important to your business today? So that's me. 10.5 years ago, I was on the stage also at another Itai event, and what's interesting is that what I spoke about today, what I spoke about then, I could almost be speaking about today. Technology has changed. It's actually made things much easier. Yes, there's more competition, but the people who left that day and implemented what I spoke about are benefiting from it today. And the people who will go home today and implement what I share today, in 10 years, will be benefiting from it. So don't worry about the passage of time, because here's what remains constant, that there are assets that are more valuable than money. Building assets that outlive the latest shiny object, like long-term ROI, building a brand, not just a business, building people who will endorse you, even if they're not always a fan of what you're doing, which I've seen with some clients, and content proficiency, knowing the market well, and knowing the market, knowing it well. In 10 years from now, your product may no longer be of value. You will definitely change in many ways, I can promise you that. Technology will change, but if you keep on providing value to someone's life, then you will have built an asset that far exceeds a good financial year. And like I just referenced back, as affiliates, and if you are promoting a product and something happens to that product, you have to build up something that's more sustainable than just the product that, that is building a business maybe on shaky grounds. This is easy. You're gonna say it's easy. If you whisper to the person next to you and you say, oh my God, this is so basic, I'm telling you it's basic, what you should do instead is whisper to yourself or the person next to you, I'm already doing this. That would make me happier than just telling me what I already know. It's basic, it's built, it continues to work for you. Here's the quick overview, and I'll just go through them quickly. I don't have the time here. So leads, collect them, again, through all the different tactics that you heard today. Communicate with them, value. 3 is get to know them, discovery, identify them, personalization, and 5, nurture them, which is nurture. So you think that people aren't doing this, you think people are doing this, but you'd be surprised. People are sending traffic to pages with too many options. They pitch only when they want to sell. They don't know the audience. I see hundreds of sites every day. I'm paying attention to everything, and this is what happens. Whenever I find a brand that I like, I start following them, and I'm always shocked at the opportunities that they leave behind. So here, let's go through it step by step. The lead collection, again, pay attention to all the smart people that you've heard speak, because they have really good ideas of how to get the leads. Do not just rely on the old school landing page, although that is still very current and very relevant and easy. Lead collection points, also one-on-one calls. You're gonna see a lot of that throughout what I'm saying here, because when you're dealing with mass markets, small amounts of your product or service is low cost, then you need mass market. When you're selling something which is $2,500 and or higher, then you might do better with one-on-one calls. That's also just collecting people there. And now you start with what you stand for, what's your offer. That's your position in the beginning. You just have to focus on who you are. This is what I offer. This is what I stand for. The strategy is just the currency. Everybody knows. I give you this in exchange for your contact information or some connection with you. The implementation, the landing page. You want to be notified of our next podcast release, or when we're hosting a next event, class tutorial, watch our demo. These are just examples. People are being much more creative today. It's not just an exchange for a PDF. Again, you think it's being done, but according to Kissmetrics, 52% of business-to-business ads point to the company's homepage instead of a dedicated landing page. So basically, they're sending ad money to a homepage of a site which has everything to offer instead of one specific offer, and that is just throwing away money. We don't waste time, chocolate, and website traffic. That was my one attempt at humor here, and that's it. 2, communicate value. Again, if you focus on you and you focus on who you are, what you have to offer, it's 10 steps you, 1 step them. Don't think about them at this point. Think about value. Think about you. That's what people are going to be picking up from this. Don't think about, are they paying attention to you right now? Don't focus on that, because you have to offer who you are. So just keep on being who you are, and by you, I'm collective you. If it's a company, whoever you represent, that's just keep on offering that value in whatever medium that works for you. Again, the idea, you follow up to step 1, the personal touch, provide the value that they seek. a sequence that is timeless, whether it's through chat, whether it's through email. The strategy, this is the trust exchange. They start to trust you. You give, they start to trust. Then the implementation, this is pretty simple. You promise something, email is collected, the ESP is triggered, the content's delivered. That's if you're using the traditional landing page. People say email is dead. That's fine. Let them say email is dead so that I can have less competition. So like really, if people say that and they're just gonna scare you from using it, it's only gonna inflate Mark Zuckerberg and Instagram, but I don't heed into that. Number 3, discovery. This is really where it becomes more important because now that you've gained their trust, depending on their level of interest in you, they're going to start to want to actually share their opinions with you. And that's where it gets really fun. We take a deeper dive into who we're talking to. And what's the strategy? We cultivate a relationship by getting to know the audience. We also build up habits. We train people what to expect from us. If we say every Monday a video or something's gonna drop, if we tell people what to expect, then they know I can rely on you. And if they feel that they can rely on you, then they will start to feel part of this relationship with you. And so when you start to ask them questions, they will say, oh, okay, I'm gonna answer because I actually think this person cares. And so the implementation of that, again, this depends. Some people are not that engaged, so you start small with yes or no questions. Do you like red? Do you like blue? Click this one or this one. Do you like peanut butter and chocolate? Yes or no, Just really basic questions, start building it up. Survey. Survey is the best if you can get them to answer questions, like a significant number of questions. I know a lot of people start off with the survey. They do the survey first. That works in order to build a more mass amount of leads, but you might not have as qualified leads. So that's just something to consider. A free call, again, depending on the value. These are some results from surveys that we've done. 6,500 responses, because people say, oh, they're not gonna answer surveys. 6,500, 11,500, 77% completion rate. People spent 10 minutes on average giving me their opinion. 7 minutes on average giving me their opinion. People want to tell you what they think. And then when they tell me what they think, then I go into number 4. Once they tell me what they think, I'm able to say, this person likes this person goes here, they did this, they did that, and then I put them into these specific buckets. And this is based on how much their input is gonna be based on the level of care that you've given and how much they've invested, how much they care about you. The idea, this is the only part of the entire process that's a little bit more technical, which is you take all the replies, all the actions, plus all the data you collect, and then personalized segmentation. The strategy is just to improve your aim. Then you get to know who the target market is, and then these are the implementation of it, the entry points, where they came from. You ask these questions. Where did these people come from? Like which entry point, if I have 100 pages? Which actions did they take? Did they purchase something? What are their purchase habits? The personal information, what are their preferences, their styles? And again, based on what you know, we can almost guarantee when we sell something, we know this person purchased the previous album, so now the next album that launches, we can say, here's your 10% off because they've bought every previous album, that they're gonna buy the next album because we know we followed their habits. And by the way, when you wanna see something like this done wrong, I had a client who is dealing with pregnancy, breastfeeding, lactation, and she was writing emails to all the people, the same email. She's writing to people who were trying to conceive and people who were pregnant. So she didn't think email marketing worked for her, but she didn't realize that she was actually doing more damage because she was writing to people who were in their first weeks of pregnancy and people who are at the end. Okay, I think I have to finish. So the last one is nurture. You just have to nurture the ongoing relationship. Fans are nurtured, not born. This is where the relationship balances out. Right now we call it you're in it for the long haul. Right now people can forgive your missteps. This client I was talking about before, we put out a video, sometimes people don't like it. But because we've done so many that they like, They trust us. We put out another one. They don't like it. They tell us we don't like it, but they like us. And they like that we keep delivering and that they believe in what we're doing. And this is similar with many clients. They forgive your missteps. This is me. This is how I can help you if you're interested. I do online business assessment. I can build this client relationship system. Just get on a strategy call, whatever. Oh, wait, these are some testimonials, whatever. And do me a favor, like write me, ask me, show me your business. I love telling people what sucks about their business. If you can handle it, if you have no ego, write to me. I will tell you what sucks. Okay, that's Andrea, goandrea.com, or just goandrea.com. And thanks.